Ond, roedd Joe wedi sgwennu bob blwyddyn adroddiadau fel meddyg yr ardal.
Tom!
I'r cyngor, de.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Is
it? Oi, I was watching that.
Since when have you been fluent in Welsh?
Well, you get the gist of it.
Oh. What was it about, then?
Well, it was about these two blokes sitting in the studio, talking to each other.
What were they talking about?
Socks, I think. Or brass rubbing.
You've become a telly addict. In a few hours you have...
True, true. My goodness, you've got to watch this easy living, you know.
It's fun, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Ooh. Toast, toast, toast. Goody, goody. Well, Jerry and Margo haven't phoned, so obviously everything's all right at home.
Obviously.
I wonder why they haven't phoned.
Well, as you said, obviously everything's all right.
Yeah, but what if something cropped up and they didn't phone us because they didn't want to worry us?
Think they might be trying to cope on their own?
Well, exactly. Trying to cope with something for which we have provided no notes and not being able to deal with it.
You mean something unexpected?
They'd be helpless.
They'd phone us if they were helpless.
No. They wouldn't phone us about being helpless if they didn't realise they were helpless.
You mean to say they've got a crisis on their hands and they don't even know?
Oh, it could be. I mean, you see, they don't know what to look for, do they? I mean, if they saw a chicken lying on its back with its feet in the air, they'd probably just say, "Oh, how quaint, I didn't know chickens sunbathe."
It's not the chicken. It's the goat. It's Geraldine.
What?
Oh, I'm a fool. I forgot to tell Margo and Jerry about her cough.
But she got better.
But that's only because we looked it up and we called the vet. I mean, she could have had a relapse. She could be standing there now, coughing her heart out, and Margo and Jerry would pay no notice because they would think that that's what goats do. Tom, they're watching a dying goat.
Now, steady. Now, look, if we set out now, what am I talking about? We'll phone them. It's so long since I've been without a phone.
Now, don't punch Jerry, Tom. It's not his fault. He doesn't know.
Of course I won't punch Jerry. We should never have left them alone in the first place.
It's our own fault.
Steady, now, steady. Come on. They're not answering.
They're in the garden. They're watching Geraldine die, that's why.
Now, there's nobody there at all.
Where are they?
Well, I don't know. Perhaps Margo's been taken ill.
And Jerry's taken her to hospital.
And nobody's watching the goat at all. Nobody's watching anything.
Margo, I don't honestly think that goat wants its horns polishing.
And I say that the goat will have polished horns whether it likes it or not.
Really see the point?
Oh, don't you? Then I shall explain, Jerry. I was getting just a little tired of Tom and Barbara's assumption that we could only barely be trusted to look after this silly self-sufficiency business of theirs. When we hand back to them, I want them to see that not only have we coped, but that we have improved.
Yes, they do tend to rather strut and crow a bit, don't they?
Oh, quite. Mountains out of molehills. Let them try to run a successful music society with 2 leftist sopranos and a stage manager who has a steel plate in his head.
Let them try and sort out the Mountjoy account when Mountjoy himself has been treated for pyromania.
I've had that burn in your coat invisibly mended, by the way.
Thank you, darling. Well, I have a good mind to have written up on a notice on the wall that they can see. A little calm goes a long way.
Hear to that, Jerry.
The devil's that?
Thugs from the council estate, probably.
All right, what's happened?
What are you doing here?
You didn't answer the phone. That's what we're doing here. Didn't you hear it ringing?
Yes, we did, as it
Well,
happens.
then why didn't you answer it? Too lazy to get off your bottom and walk across the room?
We weren't in the room, as it happens. We were in your garden, looking after your menagerie, as promised.
All right, then. Why didn't you phone us?
There was nothing to fear about.
You expect me to believe that?
Tom, I told you there was absolutely no need to dash back. All the animals are perfectly fit and well.
You snake in the grass. Well, here we are then.
Yes, we can see that.
Just popped round to see how you were.
No, you didn't. You just couldn't believe that Jerry and I were capable of handling things.
I could.
I'll see you later.
Popping round hardly entails tearing 2 inches of rubber off my tyres and then dashing in here like a pair of raving lunatics.
All right, Jerry, I'll come clean. Barbara was in such a state we came back specially.
You toad.
All right, we both panicked.
Yes, we both.
Anyway, we're back now. We've had a nice little rest, so I probably think it's probably best to take back the reins.
Before the Leadbetters can do any more damage.
What damage have you done?
None, that's my point. And I shall go further. I shall say that you are getting just a little over-bumptious about the difficulties of this lifestyle of yours.
But you've only done it for a day.
Yes, but even so, in spite of all your fuss and flap and fears, I think we've done it rather well.
Even to the extent of concentrating on certain civilizing influences which you seem to have let slip. Like cleanliness.
Now look, Margo.
Have you seen the floor?
Good Lord.
I'd forgotten it was that colour.
Notice, too, that the range has not only been black-leaded, but polished as well.
It's beautiful, Margo.
Margo, do you mean to say you got down on your hands and knees and did all this?
Well, not exactly. She made Mrs. Pearson get down on her hands and knees.
It's the same principle, Jerry.
Oh, yeah, it's the same principle.
Anyway, it's very, very nice. Good heavens! Has Jerry bulled up all my garden tools?
Yes. Well, he made Mr. Pearson do it.
It's the same principle.
I've got something else that might surprise you. I wonder if you're going to recognize these.
Gracious! I shall need sunglasses to look at those.
Margo, where did you find those buckets?
Ah, now, they illustrate what I meant about cleanliness. Now, I don't wish to be unkind, Tom and Barbara, but this was the very nadir of the laxity which seems to have become your norm.
Where did you find them, Margo?
In the cellar.
Absolutely revolting. Filled to the brim with muck.
That wasn't enough. Growing on the surface was what I can only describe as actual fungus.
Which you threw away.
No, which, realizing the principles involved here, I recycled. The whole smelly mess went straight into that digester thing.
Effluence.
Yes, Tom, if you must.
Don't be fooled by their smiles, Margo. I know what they're up to. They've lost. They're still trying to make us believe that we've fallen down somewhere.
Well, you have.
In what way? Tell us.
Yes, all right, I will. Margo, you've thrown our mushrooms into the effluence digester.
Polish your own goat's horns.